Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got the DJI Air 3S with me today, and I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm at the bandshell at Kleiner Park, and I've always wanted to see how well the optimal return to home would find its way back into the bandshell here. And my original idea that I wanted to do, I don't think is going to work out. I'm going to show you here. There's a backstage area here on this bandshell, and you got kind of a narrow door here, kind of an open backstage area here, and then another narrow door. Now, my thought was to fly the drone out through that and see if it would find its way back in. Now, the issue that I ran into, I tried it once already, and it's just so narrow that the obstacle avoidance just won't, the drone just won't move. You can't fly it through those narrow spaces. So that's all right. But what we're going to try is, you haven't seen this, you've seen this bandshell from the outside, but I don't think ever from the inside. But you can see there are some tarps, or whatever you want to call them, kind of to block the sun when they're doing performances here in the summertime. You know, it does create a little bit, and you know, you got the big post here, etc. So it does create a little bit of a few obstacles that the drone would have to find its way around to get in here. So we're just going to take off. It is a cold winter's day. We're going to show you around the park a little bit, and then also we're just going to try out that optimal return to home and see how it finds its way back in here under the bandshell. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, let's take a quick look at the safety menu. I looked at this earlier. We are going to have a bypass obstacle avoidance on, and a normal mode, optimal advanced return to home. Radar map is on. Return to home height is at 98 feet. Almost 400 feet for max altitude, no limit on distance. It's not asking for any calibrations. Take a look at the battery. I used up a little bit of this battery messing around doing a firmware update, and like I told you, I tried earlier to fly it through that backstage area, and OA just wasn't having it, so it's pretty tight. Tighter than what you just have. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and start recording. We're going to shoot at 4K 60, and you can see there's no leaves on the trees, etc. So we got recording started. Let's go ahead and do an automated takeoff on the app here. Take off. And boom. Okay, so for this first flight, I'm just going to fly it out directly out from underneath the bandshell here. We'll go up a little ways, and we can turn it around so you can see where we came from. Doing a slow kind of spin around. Don't want to get too carried away. And you can see where I'm standing here underneath the bandshell. So kind of interesting. I'm just, now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if we could fly over the top of the tarps. I don't know, but we flew in underneath them. So let's go ahead and grab some altitude, and let's fly out a little ways. Again, it's a cold day today. It is in the 30s, and there's, as you can see, ice on top of the pond here. There's a thin layer of ice all over it, and I don't see a lot of waterfowl out there, but yeah, just a good day to be out flying around. You guys typically see this park when these trees are full of leaves, etc. Not so much now. It's definitely wintertime. We'll get pointed out, but it is a beautiful sunny day today. And even though it's cold, it's in the 30s. It feels warmer because the sun is beating down on us. But you can take a look at the Boise front there. You can see we got plenty of snow. There's a lot of snow in the mountains. We just haven't got a whole lot of snow down here in the valley itself. So let's point it off this direction, and I'm going to hit return to home. And let's see if this guy will find its way back. So return to home now. And we see that the green line. So what it should do is, and I'll hold the action camera up so hopefully we'll see it. It should fly back over the top of us and then come down. Yeah, and you can see the green line, how it's coming back in right underneath. So it should lower down here. And often it'll tell you, it'll ask you, a complex environment. So I'm going to set the camera down here for a second because I need to, so C2. So we're going to hit the C2 button. And it should continue here. Picking the camera back up. And it should lower its way down here. Yeah, I see there. We can see the drone on the camera. And it's on its way in. So it is coming in. And yeah, it's gonna, looks like it's gonna find its landing spot. Boom. Yeah, and it's gonna land right on the, it's gonna turn around, get its orientation, and it's gonna land right on the H there. Yeah, trying to keep my shadow off there, but yeah, pretty much where it took off from. Okay, let's try something else. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm wondering if I can take off. It's probably too tight. So I'm looking up here at these tarps. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could try and see if I could get off over the top of the tarps here. But I can tell you from my experience earlier, it didn't, obstacle avoidance really kept you from being able to maneuver in tight places. But let's give that a shot. Let's give it a try. And we may have to abort if it doesn't work. So let's do, I'm going to center it up on the H here again. And we're going to do another automated takeoff. And we'll try it one more time here. Okay, so the drone is flying now, but can I back it up here? I am going to, well, in fact, I'm going to turn it around so you can see where I'm at. And I'm going to fly it towards me. But how far will it let me? Because with OA, the experience I found out earlier is, yeah, it knew, yeah, and like right now I'm hitting up on the up stick, and it doesn't really want to do it. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, we might be able to do this after all. Let's spin it around so we can see exactly how much higher we need to be. Let's go up higher. And I'm being very careful because, yeah, obstacle avoidance definitely makes it jerk around a little bit. And it's hard to get it to go much higher than that. So, yeah. I'm nervous here, folks. I don't mind telling you. I don't know. I'm going to go forward very slowly. Okay, we're out, and I think I can go higher now. So that was a really narrow spot. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I was as nervous there as I've ever been flying a drone because what happens with obstacle avoidance is, you know, you may not have seen it. I wish I'd had a cameraman to have a camera on the drone while I was doing that. The drone moves around a little bit when you're doing that kind of stuff. So we'll try return to home. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous because if it makes one wrong move, it could cause a problem for me. So let's try it right now. Let's do a return to home, and if I get nervous about any of it, we're gonna stop it. So I'm gonna have my finger on that pause button. So we will see what happens. We'll see if we can do it here. This is about as complicated a maneuver, and I'm going to get out of the way. And in fact, let's see, what's got me nervous now is I don't even really have eyes on the drone. So I'm gonna kind of stand back here and see if I can see it before I hit that C2 button. Okay, I'm gonna hit that C2 button. And like I said, I'll have my finger on that. I've got my thumb right over the pause button. So if I don't like anything it's doing, we're gonna stop it. And it's moving in slowly. It's not making any fast moves. Like I said, I wish I had a cameraman, but it looks like it's gonna do it. Yeah, it's coming down. Wow, that is impressive. That is impressive. So you're gonna see it on the action camera now, and it's reorienting itself. Man, I'm gonna tell you. Be still my heart, because I'm telling you, my heart was up in my throat when it was making that maneuver. Okay, we still got 65% battery. I'm going to take off. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a tour around the park. We'll fly out maybe sideways between some of these posts, and we'll try that again. But that was an interesting maneuver. I don't recommend it. That was very nerve-wracking. Okay, let's do another automated takeoff here. And I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to fly kind of in between the, you can see this shrub right here and the pole. Pick it up a little bit. Let's just fly out that direction. And we got it out from under the bandshell here. And then we'll pick it up. And there we go. Let's turn it around here a little bit, and you can see, well, we got a lot of trees. That's where DJI's obstacle avoidance really comes into play. But we also have another one of the sculptures here, and that's one of the cool things about this park is that they give us these. There's just a lot of interesting things to look at. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Let's just do a quick orbit around this. And I'm in normal mode here. This is just a manual orbit kind of around the sculpture and the bandshell that I'm standing in. Kind of gives you guys, you guys have seen this bandshell in a lot of my videos, kind of gives you a better look at it. I wish I'd have been able to go through that backstage area, but it was just too tight of quarters. So there is a limitation as to what can be done. Okay, let's grab some altitude and let's head on out here and just kind of give you a look at the park in the wintertime. You guys see this often when in the summer and in spring, etc., and even fall when the leaves are changing color. Let's let that van go by, or bus. And yeah, I mean the pond doesn't, we got some ducks down there, so we're not going to get too low. But the other pond, it kind of had a thin layer of ice when I first got here this morning, but it looks like it's kind of melted off. And I think that's because of our sun. We got some pretty good sunshine going on here, even though it's cold. It's in the 30s. And there's 3 of these sculptures here at the park. Here's one of the other ones. Kind of do a half circle around that. And then I'm going to take you over the other area of the park that I fly at quite often. I see some people coming there, so we're going to get out of their way. And we're going to fly over to the other sculpture here. And we'll see if we can do a little half orbit around that. I've talked about these sculptures a lot on other videos, but they were made with, there was a bridge, evidently a bridge in this park. and they were made from some of the girders. I don't think all of it, but some of the girders from that bridge were used in making these sculptures. And originally, you see what looks like neon tubes on there. Originally, I guess every one of these sculptures had a windmill at the top, a turbine that would power those lights, and so those lights would come on. But I don't know if there was a problem with them or not, but I don't ever remember seeing them on top of these sculptures, but they're gone now, so evidently that didn't work out. Okay, let's grab a little altitude. And yeah, so that's about it. We got to take a look at the some of the return to home stuff. Let's go ahead and do that again now, and let's let this guy come back to us. And hopefully I can grab the action camera here, and I will point it towards the drone. I'm sorry on that last one you didn't get to see it thread its way through, but you will on this one. So so this will be interesting. One of the things about flying out here in this time of year, there's not a lot of people, so you can avoid, I don't think, like this video that I'm doing today in this bandshell always attracts people. Kids play here, etc. So this is probably one of the few times of the year that I'd actually be able to do this. So, okay, the drone is almost back to us. Let's see how it comes down, how it deals, because it's got trees and stuff that it has to deal with here to get back in. So I kind of want to see how it deals with it. And yeah, there you can see the drone now. So, and we're looking right into the sun, unfortunately, but hopefully you can see that. Oh, I got to hit the C2 button and tell the drone to continue. And we did. And hopefully you can see that. I can't because I'm looking right into the sun. There we go. Okay. There's the drone, and it's slowly making its way in. And you know, that doesn't look like much, but there's a lot of obstacles here that it could hit. So this is just phenomenal technology. And what it'll do here is, once it gets over the landing pad, it'll spin around to its original orientation, and then it'll drop right down on the pad. So boom. I like it. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okie dokie, the DJI Air 3S, what a piece of technology this is. To be able to do that optimal return to home that it does, to find its way through obstacles. The one that was really outstanding to me, and I'm gonna lift the camera up, was going over the top of these tarps right here and then coming down and hitting the landing pad. That was amazing to me. And I got to tell you, I was really, really nervous. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the opportunity to see the park in the wintertime. We just had it was just a nice day today, a nice day to be flying because we got the sun out. It's actually warmed up a little bit now, which is a good thing. Anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. The DJI Air 3S, just a stunning piece of tech. See you guys later.